This episode is sponsored by Duramat interlocking floor tiles. I'm Jonny Smith.
I'm Richard Porter.
And this is Smith & Sniff, a podcast in which two friends talk about cars and many other things.
Hi. Slightly different show again. 2 weeks ago, we were on an airplane. So when I say airplane?
Aeroplane?
We were on an aeroplane, and we didn't say why, because we were sort of trying to be sort of secret. And
Masters of secrecy.
well, also because it's one of these things, it's a car industry thing. We were going on a car launch, but then the car we were going to look at was under embargo, so we weren't allowed to talk about it.
We're sat in it.
We're now sat in it, and it is, Jonny, if you will.
Don't fuck about, mate. It's the new Honda Prelude, yeah. 2026.
26 Prelude.
Two-door, coupe, got like an engine under the bonnet and everything.
This is quite an exciting moment because obviously car manufacturers don't really make two-door coupes much. You got to discount supercars and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like regular performance, regular sized, regular money.
cast your mind back, let's say 30 years, you'd have been able to buy.
I was 15.
Really?
Exactly.
I mean, but I think that was sort of peak modern era coupe. In that there was the Prelude, Celica, 200 SX was still that point, or 240.
No, it was. The 200
200s.
SX was around, yeah.
Probe,
Yeah.
about to become the Cougar.
Yes.
406 coupe was on its way, but not then.
Oh, yeah.
We were going to get a Laguna coupe coming. And then
You got all the Alphas.
Calibra,
Oh, Calibra.
GTV, Fiat coupe,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit, we were flooded.
flooded Europe certainly, but I guess the US as well, because then you had things like the Toyota Solara. No relation to the Talbot,
But just as dull.
but just as dull.
Just better made.
And well, I suppose Mercedes were always made. It was W124 coupe
Yeah,
still
always.
at that point, but
Always.
pre-CLK.
Yeah.
Plus the big CL still, or S. What was it called at that point? SEC still? No.
No,
It was CL.
CL. Yeah.
There were a lot of coupes in a lot of different sizes, but also just a lot of sort of affordable front-wheel drive coupes.
Yeah. Wasn't there?
And now there are almost none.
Almost none. And this is the 6th gen. Gen 6, yeah. So, like, Gen 1 had eyes like a frog, yeah. Gen 2, boxy, four-wheel steer, your favourite.
No, that was Gen 3.
Oh, shit. What was Gen 2 then?
Gen 2 was the one that... The Gen 3 looked like a sort of stretched Gen 2.
Oh.
Similar style,
Yeah.
but just sort of updated and longer. And that was the one that had four-wheel steering, mechanical four-wheel steering, very
Yeah.
unusual, but quite radical at the time.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy on my first job as a journo, and he was a journalist for the Harley Davidson V-Twin magazine. And his winter car, when he was just like, I'm not riding to work today on my Harley because there's black ice everywhere. He had a four-wheel steer Prelude.
Shit.
Yeah, and he was a giant of a man, like 6'7". He looked like a bear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was big into it. He very, very much waxed lyrical about the four-wheel steer Prelude, but didn't sound like Prelude, man.
So my favourite Prelude from a looks point of view, I think, was the fourth one, the Hawkeye,
Yeah, very elongated eyes.
which looked shorter front to back and sort of more dynamic.
Yeah.
And you could still have four-wheel steering,
Yeah.
and you could have VTEC. And is that not the shape of Prelude that your old housemate, the infamous 2.2,
Yeah.
you're wearing that? Yeah.
Yeah, that was that one because it looked really good on aftermarket wheels when it had been dropped.
Yes.
It just had very good body proportions. It just related itself well. And then the one that came after that was the one with the sort of happy eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a bit sort of bland, wasn't it? It almost looked like more of a saloon that had just been chopped into a coupe.
Yeah.
It was...
It had a last gen MR2 face. where it didn't look sporty enough for what its credentials might
Yes,
have been.
yes, I know what you mean. So, and then that was it. 25 years of no Prelude,
Zero.
and now we are back into a new era of Prelude. So we've spent today driving this car around. If you want to see a proper review of it, go to the Late Break Show. It is both of us
You say
driving
proper.
around.
Is it like in inverted
I mean
commas?
proper, yeah, proper.
Hey,
if you want to see an attempt at a review,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
that's on the Late Break Show now, because today, 27th of October, is when Honda has said, right, you can talk about... They're trying to be fair, aren't they? And people sort of ask, why do car reviews and why do car launches have embargoes on? Part of the reason is they're trying to be fair. It's not that they're trying to control the media per se, but what they're trying to say is, look, we can't have all of you
No.
down here at the same time. And so if you're like Britain, or you're like Norway's leading car magazine, and they go, right, you are on the
Day
fourth. Yeah, exactly. And they'll go, well, wait a sec, hang on. So, but you've had Autocar and Auto Express in the UK down on day one, and they've already published their reviews. Most of our readers can read English, and they now know what the Prelude's like. You've screwed us over. So let's try and make it fair. They go, look, everybody, come on down. You will drive the car. But if you could all just agree not to release your findings until the 27th of October, and it's just sort of try and keep everybody sweet. So
I think if Honda UK had, or were to let Harpal do the press release for this car, like billboards levels, old school,
yeah,
I think it would just be like new Prelude, believe, full stop. And then they'd just no.
well, the reason that we're here together is because the main PR guy from Honda listens to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
And he was most insistent that we both came on this event.
We managed to shoehorn our diaries together.
Because he knows how much we're always wanging on about Preludes. So I suppose that counts as good PRing, that he's gone, well, I mean, if I can't harness these two idiots and their constant mentioning of a model we don't make anymore, but now we do, I'm going to jump on this as an opportunity. I'm
very happy to be part of the first. What will they call it?
They always call it a rotation.
A rotation, first rotation of international launches. We're actually sitting in Nice Airport.
Yes.
So if you hear sort of sirens that sound foreign, that's the reason. We're not on set for the new Born Identity film. And then, though we could, if we were in the Prelude, we'd get away. Definitely get away from the local police.
Well, so yeah, we can talk about this now, and like I said, go to the Late Break Show if you want to see a proper video review. But this we've been driving around this all day,
yeah,
and it's a very nice car.
It's a car that's definitely one of those Hondas that's born out of Honda obsession.
Yeah,
because the seminar we were in this morning, the kind of press seminar, spoke of such detail of so many things, so many elements of the car which most people might never notice.
It's the different front seats that gets me.
Yeah. So these seats are asymmetric. They look identical, I think, nearly.
Right, because I suppose supposedly, look at your bolster. The driver's seat's supposed to have a taller bolster on it.
Yeah. And
it bloody does as well.
It does. Oh, so it is. It visually very
more
subtly
bolstered in the cushion, and the cushion is harder on the driver's seat. So passenger seat for comfort, driver's seat for driving pleasure.
Yeah.
So you're held in better in the driver's seat. I suppose the idea being that you would throw the car around more when you're on your own.
And how bloody obsessive is that?
Well, it just means then the
seats different.
Yeah, you've got to then make different seats for right and left-hand drive.
Yeah.
So it's more expensive, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Complicated and no one will really notice that much unless they have it pointed out to them. But they've done it anyway.
The design language of the car, I just want to rewind. When you look at it from the outside, profile, such a fastback, it really flows away from it. It looks like the fucking thing's going to take off, And then, when I spoke to one of the design guys, it's because it's supposed to look like it could take off. Because
what did they say?
I've got it written down.
The guiding sort of design philosophy started with a glider aircraft.
exterior design is inspired by the timeless grace and elegance of gliders, while the compelling combination of engaging handling and dynamics is reminiscent of an acrobatic flight. On that side of things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, it's funny that they sort of take inspiration from a machine that doesn't have an engine, but I get the point, I suppose. They're sort of they are elegant, aren't they? And
it is, and it is a very simple, they could have overcomplicated this design really easily. But in the same way that I think the Honda E was a distinctive shape, but it didn't have much fuss about it. This doesn't have much fuss about it at all. I kind of like that about it.
Yeah, it's quite subtle, isn't it? But it's also quite clean, which is good, because car design has got quite busy.
It's a clean example of
It's
the mark.
a clean example.
Is it not?
I find the front a little duck-faced.
Yeah, we've been looking at it all day. We've both sort of got the same opinion. The rump is the favourite bit. Back end's really good. Almost quite American light bar.
Yeah.
That pokes out from the flat deck. Front is pointy and a bit beaky.
Bit beaky, a little bit broken nosy, and then actually it's sort of more dramatic than the windscreen is actually sort of, given how raked the rear screen is, the windscreen is surprisingly upright.
Yeah. Do you know the glass house looks a little bit like the R35 Skyline, R35 GTR, where it really tapers back, but it's quite wide and open at the front.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and I always like that about the R35. It's been, I don't know if you know, it's just gone out of production along with the spinning Jenny and also the valve radio.
Yes, to commemorate the abolition of the window tax, the GTR has gone out of production. So
they did a commercial version just to push it along a bit further down the road.
We were talking. We stopped at these car launches. They go, okay, here's a route. You drive along this, and then you get to this point here, and there'll be some lunch and a coffee and whatever. So we got to this place where that was happening, and they were chatting to another couple of car journos that we know, and your pitch for how Nissan could sell more Arias, their not successful electric SUV, your idea was to make a commercial vehicle version where you've just boarded over the back window.
I've kicked the back windows out.
Oh, sorry. Forgive me.
Forgive
me. You've kicked the back windows in and then put plywood over it so that it looks like an abandoned block of flats.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you sell it for a little bit cheaper because it's commercial.
Yeah.
It's got a long range, but I think it's got longer range than the Buzz, the ID Buzz.
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
And so you could just go, right, let's aim this at a different market. Just do something muddly. Because I've seen, I reckon, 3 privately owned Arias in 4. I think it's been on sale for 4 years.
Oh, I think that's one more than I see.
It's such a rare car on the road.
It really is, isn't it?
But it's because all we wanted was a newer Leaf, and they never gave us a newer Leaf.
Oh well, there is a new Leaf now, isn't there? Which is actually a bit more like the Aria, so perhaps that's it. They've listened. But I like the idea though that you hired as you could be Nissan's director of commercial, but you misunderstand the job title and you just insist that there's commercial versions of all their vehicles in which you will personally kick in the windows at the back and then ply over them.
Well, look,
wow, it's a GTR commercial.
If it means hardly any R&D from existing designs, and you can just keep selling some stuff, because they need to sell some stuff.
What? So you're pulling the back seats out?
Yeah.
But then more ply? Just lay down some ply?
I would, or I'd just get the composite guys, the ones that do the bumpers and things, to just make a thing.
Would you do that by putting down some polythene sheeting and then just pouring in a load of resin?
Oh yeah, resin driveway stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, resin bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Okay, so
I actually think the new Micra.
Yes.
Which is the Renault 5's brother.
Yeah.
Which I think looks really cool, actually. It's just I'm not sure whether people all want it as much as the 5, but
no.
I need to drive one. I'd like to taste one.
But you have a 5 at the moment, so just drive your 5.
Well, I could drive my 5.
Put a Nissan badge in the middle of the steering
wheel. But it's got a happier. They've both got happy faces, but it's got a circular-eyed face. It almost looks like if Honda did another E, but using someone else's floor pan. It's kind of like that. But
I had a question for you, actually, because I've just been driving, a few weeks ago, I was driving the new Renault 4, which is nice. It's obviously it's not quite as interesting looking.
Yeah, it's not as charismatic.
I like the design of it, but it's not as attention grabbing and cool, I think. It has, however, got a bit more room in the back, so that's good.
Yeah.
Jonny, so far I've made needlessly high-energy jingles for Duramat, covering how their interlocking floor tiles smarten up the appearance of your garage, how they're incredibly easy to fit yourself, how they create a more pleasant surface to kneel on while working on your car, how they're made from durable PVC or polypropylene rather than the foam of lesser tiles, how they're available in a huge range of colours and can be etched with any logo or design you like, and how listeners can get 10% off their order by visiting duramat.co.uk and using code SSG10 at checkout. Also, there was a fact about toads. So, would you like me to do another jingle to promote their ultimate car cave competition?
Not really.
Oh, well, I'll just tell people about it then. Duramat is running an amazing competition in which you could win brilliant prizes, including £2,000 cash, just by submitting a picture of your quirky garage or secret car cave. Visit duramat.co.uk for more details. I'm just going to turn that off now. Some camera bingery there going.
That's got too hot.
Oh, it's quite warm, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think.
We're in. Yeah, did we say this? We're in the south of France.
Yeah, we're in Nice. Yeah, it is nice.
Nice and Nice, and it's hot. It's warm. If it was, we were told it's up actually unusually warm. It's about 22 degrees or something.
I'll take it. So yeah, I sometimes come down here because I've got a coracle moored.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Next to Harry Metcalf's boats.
Yeah, it was just a couple of boats down.
Right.
And yeah, I come down here in my microcar MC1. It takes me an enormous amount of time to get down here, and by the time I'm down here, it would take about 10 days. I'm so furious and fed up with life.
Yeah. The last thing I want to do is go on a coracle.
And then I get on a directionless, rudderless boat.
Just let the currents of the Mediterranean just gently rotate you until you feel sick.
Like that prick from In the Night Garden who thinks it's a good idea at night time, when it's looking like there's a storm brewing, just climbs into a homemade boat and lies down with a big fat smile on his face.
He's a silly tit, isn't
silly kidney bean face.
Yeah, I know. I like the little light that hangs over the boat. There's something cosy about it, which I think is quite cleverly designed.
That is clever, because I think even when the storms are brewing and those 20-foot waves are crashing around, he's going to just stare at the light and think of a happy place, even though he's made the wrong decision.
When it should be dashed to
Shouldn't
his
have
death
gone
on the
out.
rocks. Yeah.
Everyone said don't leave the quayside, and he did.
Yeah. Which one's he?
Eagle, Piggle?
Yeah.
Eagle. He's got the cloth. He carries the cloth around.
There's Macapaka, isn't there?
Yeah, he's a drug dealer.
Well, that's it. I always thought his real name is Mark Packman, but it's just all his mates call him Macapaka, and he is a drug dealer.
He's a drug dealer because he's selling people stones.
Yes.
Do you want a stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stay mates with me, I'll give you another stone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, whatever.
We know what he's up to.
And he lives under a bridge.
Exactly. He's a bit no-name full suspension mountain bike guy, isn't he? What's the Night Garden? Yours is just the Night Garden, isn't it? I suppose?
In the Night Garden.
Yeah. It's a very confusing sort of perspective and scale in that show. But so anyway, the Prelude, I think we concluded it's a very nice car. Not sure who's going to want it, because a lot of what is nice about it is sort of it's quite kind of thoughtful. It's not immediately in your face. It's not an Audi coupe or
no.
Because Audi, Mercedes, BMW are still plugging away at coupes. They're the ones who are still doing that car. Well, actually, hang on, are Audi doing it now? Because the A5 has been superseded, so maybe they're not.
It's not of that ilk, though, is it?
No.
And that's what we were trying to say. Honda have stressed they really want people to try this car to form their own opinion. And it's not about out-and-out firepower. It's not actually a very fast car on paper, but it's responsive, and the chassis is amazing.
Peppy.
Because it's Civic, and Civic are damping and stuff. Adaptive.
Civic are front struts.
Yeah.
And they were developed to try and make sure that car didn't suffer too badly from torque steer, because it's got a lot of power in its front-wheel drive, and of course this. So the Prelude is adapted from the regular Civic, which is a hybrid, but is basically an electric car with an onboard generator.
I think, yeah.
Like your old Chevy Volt.
Like the Chevy Volt, which I so loved, yeah. Which was misunderstood, I think. It was a very, very good car.
But because the electric motor in this car is the thing that drives it almost all of the time, you get instant torque.
Yeah,
So
300
Newton meters. I haven't done the maths on what that
315,
is in pounds foot.
Oh, and the feet of the pounds,
That's foot of the poundage. But that means, so you sometimes clog it and you do feel it is sort of, it doesn't ever sort of tug and veer. So clearly those Type R Strats work. But you sense that there's a fight going on downstairs.
Yeah. So their argument for saying, well, people are saying it's only 184 PS, and Honda are going, yeah, but it's got 350 Newton meters all the time, and it's got a chassis that can definitely cope with it, and it's not a very big car, as in it's dimensionally smaller than the outgoing car that's 25 years.
Apparently so,
Which
it's
is
slightly smaller.
Which never happened.
No.
I mean, BMW are not going to, I don't think, go, the next X5 is smaller than this X5.
No,
although they
do
should.
that. No.
Volvo are not going to go, the new XC90, it's 13 centimetres smaller.
No, because they'll always done some market research, and some twat in Houston or something will have gone, yeah, I kind of like my XC90, but I wish the boot was much bigger. And they'll go, well, a truck. And they'll go, oh shit, we better make the boot bigger then.
Why have you made the car 2 feet shorter but had a bigger boot? Because
With no back seat.
It's possible.
Is it we back to your commercial division again? Where you just,
Yeah.
It's got an enormous boot because I've kicked the back windows out and then put ply over them and
I
poured
just
a load of resin into
I'd
it.
bobtail them
Okay.
for commercial use.
Right, yeah.
Less overhangs, but I'd smash the back seat out.
So the other thing I think we've concluded is that your old flatmate, Harple,
Yeah.
very impressed with his cousin's old Prelude 2.2
2.2, yeah, but
VTEC.
yeah.
Never seen a rev counter do what it could do, yeah.
Like, fuck. Remind me when we did that. When I first regaled that story, because I actually forgot.
You had told me the story once in real life, and it made me laugh a lot, and then I brought it up in an old Smith & Sniff video from 2019, 2020, like I think really early 2020. I think maybe it was like we filmed in 2019 perhaps and put it out just around the time that COVID was starting to creep in.
So it was one of the last visual
I
ones.
think it was, and we were sitting in my old Land Rover at our spiritual home of Baldock Services, and in fact the video, if you want to go, fine.
I forgot about the Baldock
Just search Smith & Sniff Prelude 2.2 on YouTube and it's on there. And you tell the full story of the man who, or the two things about your old housemate that made me laugh. One is his absolute belief that his cousin's Prelude 2.2 was the de facto fastest car in the world.
Yeah.
Secondly, that he used to get so mashed up going out
on
a Saturday night that he would then, in an era when mobile phones were not commonplace, he would use his mobile phone to ring the landline in the house that he was in and get you to bring him a glass of water up to his bedroom.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, and sometimes put the oven on to warm some potato waffles for him. That was like a survival hangover.
Potato what? Just potato waffles?
Yeah, just potato waffles.
Oh my
There's
God.
like 3 or 4 of them. And
3 or 4?
Yeah, and then a glass of water. Yeah, the munchies probably.
Well, yeah, but you'd think you'd like, I don't know, could he not have got some fish fingers or some nuggets and so just so you feel like you've got another food group in there?
It's a bit dry, isn't it? It's a bit of a dry
It is
option.
a bit dry, unless you lather them with some ketchup or sauce of some sort.
Barbecue.
Gravy, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, and to sum up, I don't think the Prelude would find much favour with your old housemate.
No.
But it found favour with us in that we both think it's quite a nice car. I'm just not sure who's going to buy it, but it doesn't really matter because they're only bringing 400 into the country next year. So
I mean, how mad's that? So they're almost saying, we know this is going to be niche. We're bringing back the 2-door coupe in this class because we want to, and we're gonna really focus our efforts on it and do loads of really nerdy shit, which 85% of the people going into the showroom won't know about or possibly care about. But there's enough people, we believe, we can sell 400 or 500 of them a year.
yeah. Well, that's it. I think it's if you're 400 next year, 500 the following year. They've sort of mapped this out already. So I haven't had a chance to ask anyone from Honda, how many of these are you making in total?
Yeah.
Because
Imagine
obviously-
if they're only making in total 5,000. and then that's it. But they're too modest to say this is a really limited edition.
Because they don't want to look boastful. They don't want to look like they're sort of trying to trick people into buying it. So they're just being really low key. They're going, it's a 2 model year car, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Is it 2.2 model year?
2.2, yeah.
but it's not. It's a 2 litre.
Yeah, that's one of the disappointments for us, is that it is only a 2 litre. It's not 2.2.
What was it? Is it Atkins cycle?
It has a Gemma Atkinson cycle engine.
It does.
Which I anyway, but I can't stop. Sorry if you can hear on the video, on the audio, you can hear clicking.
Fingering the button.
The quality of the buttons. This is Honda at its best.
Yeah.
The quality. Look, that's. Here, just go quiet so you can hear this. Probably can't, but not when there's a freaking motorbike going by. There's like 1 millimetre of movement. That's the air recirculation button. Now, of course, the other thing is these are actual buttons. There's no touchscreen control.
Look what button I'm pressing.
The AC. Johnny was furious earlier on because he suddenly went, it's on. The con is on. I can feel it. And it turns out that the button that just says AC on it, you have to press it and then a AC off light comes on.
Yeah.
It's not entirely obvious, but yeah, your spidey
trying
sense
to make you put the con on again.
Detected con, and we had to turn it off.
I was pissed right off.
But yeah, the button quality in this car, and the fact that there are buttons, so the whole climate control is buttons.
But Phil, this
is the bit that's supposed to replicate the texture
like parchment type paper?
Traditional Japanese paper. I can't remember what it's called.
And they've even gone for an embroidered Prelude logo instead of a badge on the dash.
On the dash strip thing there, sort of pad full width.
That's fucked up detail, mate. Isn't it? Fuck shit. Feels so good, yeah. Like
proper buttons on the wheel as well, no touch sensitive shit. And there is a touch screen, but it's not massive, and it just does the things like nav, and it's got CarPlay. And
the stepped gearbox is quite a complex beast, but from you explaining it to me about 3 times, I think I understand that the car fundamentally has a CVT, but it's well disguised beneath several layers of tech. And
so they put fake steps on the CVT, which people have done for quite a long time now, but
and it is convincing.
But then also, so in sports mode and in the manual S Plus shift mode, they use the electric motor just slightly pulse on a pretend gear change to give a little kick that's like you would get from a double clutch gearbox changing on the paddles.
Yeah.
So it's all fake. Also, a rev counter appears in sport mode, and they were at great pains to tell us that as the rev counter is telling you doing 4,000 revs, that is really what the engine is doing. That the bit that is faked is the fact that the engine is not, under most circumstances, driving the wheels. It is just revving as a generator. You're still most likely being powered along by the electric motor, and the onboard internal combustion generator is just being made to sort of play along to trick you into thinking that this is a car with a petrol engine and a double clutch gearbox, and in fact it's basically an electric car with a petrol generator and a CVT.
Yeah.
So there's this sort of degree of fakery, but it is really well done, and if no one told you, you might well believe. In fact, I think you would believe that it's a petrol car, because you hear the engine, it doesn't. We thought it didn't sound very nice, and then really clogged it going onto the auto route just an hour or so ago.
You really hammered it onto the.
And it actually sounded quite nice. It sounded a bit raughty, but you've got to really rev it out, and of course you're not really revving it out. If the engine is just pretending to play along, unless if you really, really need a burst of acceleration, there are circumstances in which the petrol engine can be clutched into directly to the drive.
Gosh,
the wheels.
It's complicated, isn't it?
It is, and yet, if you were going to trust a company to make that work reliably, Honda, Toyota would be my top picks.
Yeah, correct.
Alfa Romeo would be lower down the list, for example. Or I'm looking over there at one of those slightly wretched Maserati SUVs.
Oh, is that Levante? Is that
I think it is. I always go. I care so little.
But I care so little as well.
I've sort of willfully scrubbed their name. Those are Levante, isn't it? What's the other one called? The Grecoli.
Yeah,
Grecoli. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. I can't. Well, we decided this is probably a Silver Fox car, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're just
or Silver Lady.
Or a Silver Lady. Silver Lady.
Who is that by?
Isn't that David Soul?
David Soul. David Soul.
May he rest in peace.
God rest his soul.
God,
David.
I mean, he lived longer than this, but just as COVID was coming around, the Sunday Times had an incredibly on-the-nose idea, which was that they would get one of their writers to go and review the new Kia Soul with David Soul.
What?
And since he lived quite near where I lived at that point in London, they asked if I would do it. And I went, isn't that a bit on the nose? And they went, no, it'll be fun. And then I was like, okay, well, look, I don't know, let's arrange a time and I'll I can do it, I suppose. And then they went, right, yeah, we're just trying to sort out. David has, I can't remember if he had emphysema or something like that. He was quite unwell. He had some kind of lung condition.
Oh, sugar, right.
And they were just like, yeah, you just got to be a bit careful, obviously, because there's this whole COVID-19 thing, which people are saying is quite bad for those who've got respiratory problems. And I just go, whoa. I will not be responsible for the death of half of Starsky and Hutch.
No.
Not on my watch.
No.
Not doing it. And then, thankfully, I think the agent went, yeah, he can't be exposed to just randoms coming along with a small Korean car and giving him a fatal disease. So it all went away. But it's a shame in a way, because I could have asked him to sing Silver Lady.
I was going to say you could have. And so this could be the replacement for Salika Lady's long-lost Salika, or if she's been stringing it out all these years.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And Toyota haven't yet delivered.
Yeah.
She doesn't particularly want the GR86.
No, too sporty.
Too sporty. She wants something a little bit more refined, but it has got kick if you want it to.
That's the thing. It's got a bit of pep. You can put it into all of its sportier settings. I wouldn't say it's aggressively setting. It's certainly no Type R, and there never has been a Prelude Type R. I don't imagine they'll change that with this. This is sort of halfway house.
Yeah.
It's more dynamic than a regular Civic, but it's not a Type R by any means. And that's probably about right, because in its gentlest modes, it's a lovely, easy listening sort of car.
You've got sort of grade Olivia Newton-John wearing tennis gear, getting into this to go to the tennis club. Then there's a fete she's got to rush to. Yeah. And then a gallery opening for Valerie's gallery. Her friend Valerie's got a new gallery, and I think support it.
And then she's realised that by the time she's been there, it's actually she's got a watercolour class.
Oh shit!
On a Thursday evening, so she's got to get that. She's a busy lady,
bloody busy.
So she needs a bit of speed sometimes.
Yeah,
but equally doesn't want to just hose money away on petrol. So this sort of potters around quite happily in electric.
I mean, if you were to, because you have to pay for all the colours apart from black.
Well, there's only 4 colours.
There's only 4 colours. Yeah. There's not that many colours, it's a bit stingy, but the white is the one for me.
It's very pearl white. Very pearl. We haven't seen it in real life, but they showed us a picture and it looked really pearl and it looked really nice. I think
it's called Moonlit,
yeah. And then there's a sort of zingy blue that's a little bit like you used to get on Focus RS's.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe which is a tiny bit like the old Jag French Racing Blue.
Moonlit white pearl, crystal black pearl, racing blue pearl, or grey boring twat BMW person grey.
I don't think it's called that. I think that's just what you wrote.
Meteoroid grey.
Is that what it's called? Meteoroid.
Yeah.
Meteoroid.
I think it's meteoroid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But that's it, and you have to pay for all of those except the black. So the black comes for free. We haven't seen the black one. I'm sure it looked quite nice in black, but they only had grey and blue ones.
Salika Lady would go 100% white or blue. I think
so, because she's a bit, she
likes colour in her life.
Exactly.
And black's too dowdy, not enough time for that.
No.
And grey's just reminds her of all the overcast, horrible days of the winter of discontent, or whatever it was called in the 70s.
It's quite specific, yes, but maybe so.
So they used to have lots of power cuts.
Yeah.
So she's like, no grey for me. I live a life of colour these days. So not having that.
We're sitting here in this. We had to return the car to Nice Airport, and then we're going straight to our flight. And so we're sitting here. Honda have basically commandeered this small car park near the terminal.
Yeah.
To keep all of the Preludes in when they come back from this test drive. But over there, inexplicably, there's a British registered Range Rover Sport. I don't know where that's come from. I presume that they just Nice Airport went, sorry, someone has left a car in your car park. And
it's broken.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that, but then there's just some other Hondas. So there's what's that white one that we ZRV?
Yeah.
between two of the current shape CRV, which I personally find sort of quite a handsome car in a low-key kind of way.
I like it too.
But I just noticed, I don't know what spec these two are. They're from Germany.
Germany.
They're on very balloony tyres.
Yeah, that's great.
Bet
Do you want me
they
to run
might-
out there and tell you what size they are?
No, that's okay. I'm going to speculate. I'm going to say they are 225,
Yeah.
95. Because the tyres are so balloony, they're only 14-inch wheels as well. Because the tyres make
They're
up
just
the
a long
rest.
way away, Rich.
They're so balloony. But I haven't driven one of those new CRVs. And I bet that's a pleasant car.
I have, it's good. And
Have you?
Bloody roomy, because people like...
Right.
The thing about CRVs is they always maximise the interior space.
I know two people with CRVs, old shape ones, and
Yeah.
they both really, really like them. They are just workhorse.
I
cars,
want to
baby.
call them curves.
Cruv.
Cruv.
There's a Cruv and a Fruv.
Curve and a fruv, yeah.
And there was a Criz coupe a while ago.
There was. That's Chris, who's trying to be a bit more zany
Criz, yeah.
in the office.
Criz.
I noticed because there's a Prelude next to us here, a grey one, and I can see its blue Brembo calipers,
Oh, yeah?
which say Prelude on them.
Yes.
And it's on 19s, and I think the 19s look great. But you were talking about the wheel arches when we were on the video, because they rolled the arches in a specific way
Yes.
so that you can bring the body down over the wheel to reduce the gap.
I'm sure that car manufacturing people will understand more of why this is something you have to make an effort to do. But yeah, essentially the way that the wheel arch, like the front and rear wings, the arches are rolled and hemmed so that they can sit lower, they said. Now, I don't know if that's just something I need to look into this. They're also quite proud of the fact the roof is laser brazed to the body side so that there's no seams. They'd have to cover it with like an ugly bit of plastic guttering or something. It's just a sort of metal to metal join. So that's quite cool.
Thing is, though, yeah, like 2, 3, 5, 40, 19 black rims. Too fucking small, mate. Needs to be way bigger than that.
Are they,
Way bigger.
I wonder,
Imagine this sitting like another 10 centimetres down, 22s. Yeah.
did I
Imagine
tell you-
it.
Did I tell
4-inch tailpipe.
the absolute embarrassment of when I borrowed a Type R a few months ago?
Did you curb it?
I curbed it, but do you know how I curbed it? Because I hate curbing wheels, and I pride myself on not curbing wheels.
Yeah. It's awful when it happens.
But the ridiculous way in which I was in a situation where I then curbed the wheel was that we went away, just my wife and I, for a little grown-ups away weekend down to Devon. And
Do you drink cider and take acid?
I did neither of those things.
Oh,
no.
okay, I'm just checking.
And we took the Type R and parked it in a hotel car park under a tree, and some pterodactyls shat on it. That's the only explanation. It was a white car. It was absolutely covered in bird shit. It was so bad, I had to stop at the first petrol station on the way home, and there was no car wash there, but they had one of those like manky buckets with a thing in it, just to clean
like
the
a
screen.
screen washy thing, yeah.
Couldn't get the screen clean, and the rest of the car was and it was going back
Manky.
2 days after we got home. I said, I'm going to have to clean this, and I just got the normal hose out at home and a bucket, and it wasn't shifting. I had to go and break out the pressure washer.
Pterodactyl got baked on.
But before I could do that, the car was backed into the drive, and so I needed to turn it around. So I drove out onto our road. Another car was coming. I was like, oh shit, I haven't got time to swing it round. So I dove, as Americans say, towards the curb to just rest easy while they went by.
Yeah.
And in my panic to do that, I just chipped a little bit out of the black alloy, because they're very prominent wheels. And I was so pissed off.
Yeah, it's awful.
And it was all because I had to jet wash
The turds.
bird turds off the bonnet and screen and roof and wings and every part of the car. So thanks, birds.
Yeah, you pricks. You know that it's in the film Big with Tom Hanks
Yeah.
from the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you remember at the end of the pier there's that fortune-telling animatronic chap?
Yes.
Zoltar.
Yes.
In fact, you and I met Zoltar in...
We did,
where
didn't
did we
we?
go? Was it the head of Google? Google
We were in
headquarters?
Google's offices. I was
Yeah.
telling someone about it the other day that we were left unaccompanied in Google's headquarters in London and in a room.
Oh yeah, a meeting room
With a big whiteboard for people to write meeting stuff on it.
Oh,
And
God.
we were left in there for so long that we just covered it in absolute bollocks,
We did. I forgot about that.
in the hope that the next people to use that room would come in and go, why does it say ride the business horse in big letters, and then various other bits of absolute cobblers?
We did talk.
And then
Yeah, I forgot. I don't.
we were out of the room, and there was that Zoltar machine.
There was a Zoltar fortune-telling animatronic thing,
Yeah.
coin op. Well, I've been told before that I look a little bit like him,
Yes, you do.
and I like fancy dress if it's done with enough conviction.
Okay.
I'd like to dress up as actual Zoltar, but put a kiosk over my head.
That's doable.
Yeah, so my arms can go through the sleeves, the silky sleeves, and I can be him.
Does he have silky sleeves?
I think his arms go up, and doesn't he like worship the crystal that's in front of him?
Oh, yes.
And then he does that
maybe
really
so.
clunky animatronic. It's a very basic animatronics, isn't it?
So
I'd have a sort of bejeweled turban on, and
you'd have to spend the whole night at the fancy dress party moving in an animatronic way
yeah.
for realism.
But I'd have to have drinks passed in through at the underneath of so Zoltar can occasionally
yeah.
worship a glass of Malbec.
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
going to be logistically challenging, but not impossible.
No.
Could you just could Zoltar have some of those crisps, please? And you have to sort of
Could
lower them
Zoltar
in.
have a load of kettle chips? Yeah, thanks.
I don't know. I mean,
I'd love to do that.
I admire people who really commit to the bit at fancy dress parties.
I always do. If I'm invited to a fancy dress party, I don't piss around. There's no point.
I can't remember the last time. I can't remember the last time I went to a fancy dress party. I think what was the theme? 80s. It was 80s. Maybe it's people from the 80s.
Yeah.
So I went as Chris Lowe from Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, did you?
So I just put on
Oh, I
some.
saw it when we were seeing a picture of you.
Yeah. So I bought a boy cap off eBay, and I got some knockoff Ray-Ban Wayfarers and a stripy T-shirt and a puffer jacket. So I looked like 80s spec Chris Lowe.
Yeah.
And my friend Susan, whose party was, sort of accused me of making no effort whatsoever, even though I'd had to buy at least, in fact, 4 things, because I bought a child's keyboard on a strap so I could wear it on my neck like a guitar. So I bought a new stripy
child's
T-shirt,
keyboard.
the sunglasses and the boy cap, but the puffer jacket I already had. I felt slightly besmirched by the idea that I'd made no effort because this was, I stayed in a hotel because the party wasn't nearby, and I got back to the hotel in the early hours of the morning, still wearing puffer jacket, stripy T-shirt, boy cap. So I don't know how, maybe I hadn't had the sunglasses on, but I had the kid's guitar over my shoulder.
Was this in London?
No, this was actually in Bath, but before we lived there. We still lived in London, and our friends in Bath had this party, so I'd gone there. My wife couldn't go. And so I was on my own, walking to the hotel, with a child's guitar over my shoulder, and the guy behind reception went, "Good evening, sir. Just back from a gig."
Really?
And I was about to go, "Yeah," and then I thought, "No."
Child's
with
guitar.
a child's guitar? What sort of gig?
I mean, I like that. I like the fact he was so polite.
I don't know. I might start because I gave the child's guitar to my kids, and we still have it. So I might start gigging with the guitar. It's only got like 4 sounds.
Hey, I used the term stroker quite a lot.
Yes.
I was today years old, as they say,
Oh.
when I discovered that there is a Bert Reynolds film called Stroker Ace.
Stroker Ace, yeah.
Why did I not know this?
Did you not know that?
I did not know this.
Now, is this the one where he plays an old stuntman, or is he an ex-moonshine running racing driver? I forget.
Oh, I mean, with a name like that, he's got to be a NASCAR driver, hasn't he?
I think he might be a NASCAR driver, but he, like a lot of those early days NASCAR drivers, he learned to drive by outrunning the, what do they call them? The revenuers.
Right.
In the South with his illegal hooch. I might be it. I can't remember.
So I didn't know this. A big shout out to Lewis from Tacona,
Yeah.
who sent
Hi,
me a
Lewis.
message going, "I've just seen this amazing promotional poster for the Japanese market with Burt
Oh.
Reynolds in a film called Stroker Ace." And I was like, that's got to have been Japan only. Come on.
No, it's
And it
definitely,
isn't.
I'm sure I've seen it, but I've seen it in the 80s, late night on BBC.
You've watched it.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Because I need to watch Stroker Ace now, because it sounds better as Ace Stroker.
What year would that have been? Because I feel like it was in sort of peak era Smokey and the Bandit.
82, 83?
Yeah, okay, so he's probably, when was Smokey and the Bandit 2? Around there.
81, 82?
That era when Bert Reynolds was the world's cockiest man and permanently chewing gum.
He looks so cool, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it does, and he always wearing a cowboy hat and always chewing gum.
He looks so good in that
winking at ladies.
Yeah, I know, and just getting away with it. None of them shouted sleaze at him.
No, and making a series of middling, largely improvised films where it's just Burt Reynolds dicks around, often with a car, always chewing gum, and he's got a cowboy hat on.
Can you imagine trying to sell that concept in the film studios? You walk into the Warner Brothers lot or whatever it will be. Go, got this great idea for a Burt Reynolds film. Go, I'll stop you there.
What is it? Yeah.
Does it involve hectic banjo incidental music?
Yeah.
Might do.
Yeah, can do. Yeah, absolutely.
Are there some American cars being absolutely ladled across like dirt roads?
Sure. Yeah,
possibly. Yeah. Any truck stops or sort of like bar fights in pubs?
Would you like them?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, they're in that. Yeah.
Like,
is he chewing gum all the time? Sure. Okay, then you got yourself a movie. Sorry, what was your original idea? Oh, it was going to be set in the Renaissance, and he was going to play a painter. But don't worry, we can meld the two ideas. It'll be fine. And he is definitely always chewing gum and wearing a cowboy hat. If you want those
painted
things.
His face in cuprinol or teak preserver.
But that's it. I feel like if they'd just gone, right, we really, really want to make a film about the Wright brothers, but unfortunately, due to a contractual mix-up, one of the Wright brothers has to be played by Burt Reynolds. So unfortunately, he has a Camaro that doesn't make any sense. He's always chewing gum, which is again, we'll allow that. And he's got a cowboy.
Back then?
Oh, sure, yes, he's chewing tobacco.
Yeah, he's chewing tobacco back then. Doing dirty spit.
He's always getting into bar fights.
Massive.
And it's not entirely historically accurate.
No, there's artistic license there.
So we've done some research, and our next picture is going to be the story of a real mean bastard, but it's Henry VIII. Henry VIII.
He's a nasty
the baddest king bastard that England ever had.
Baddest king bastard.
But he's going to be played by Burt Reynolds, so he's going to chew gum, and he's got a highly tuned Mustang.
A Mustang?
Yeah.
Henry VIII has got a Mustang.
Yes, because Burt Reynolds can't be in a film unless he's got a powerful rear-wheel drive, domestically made automobile, even when he's depicting Henry VIII. And he's chewing gum and he's got a cowboy hat.
Burt Reynolds, sadly, wouldn't really have ever been in a Prelude.
Oh, no. No. In fact, he would have... There would have been something where some other character, like the lily-livered local... There's a word, Americans quite like some old-fashioned words sometimes, and one of those words is comptroller. Comptroller, and it's never clear to me what exactly that is. But anyway, say there's a lily-livered local comptroller who is driving a Prelude, and Burt Reynolds drops 9 tons of slurry on top of it whilst chewing gum and wearing a cowboy hat and laughing in cruel way.
When we woke up this morning in the hotel,
yes,
and we were chatting about all kinds of bollocks.
That makes it sound like we shared a room.
Well, no, we were at the breakfast area.
Oh right, yeah.
And you mentioned your hatred for pod-based coffee.
Yes.
The complication of the pod.
Oh, well,
the capsule.
There's another, sorry, there's one, we saw that SUV earlier on and we simply couldn't identify because it had no badges on the back and it was sort of generically all right looking.
Yeah.
There's another one just driven by.
What?
I still don't know what it is. We're going to have to try and see the front of one.
Shitbags.
I mean, I'm going to say it's Chinese made but the last time I tried that trick, it turned out it was a South Korean KGM Nadine Dorres, so... sorry, pod coffee, yeah. I don't. And
you said no, and I said it's not really. The answer is it was a big fad for a long time, and now it's just all very bitty and messy. When you just need a trad percolator or a little French press plunge, which is what I use.
I just think it always makes toss coffee. And they always have them in hotel rooms, and there was one in my room this morning, and I went, I'll make myself a coffee before I get in the shower.
Yeah.
10 minutes of faff. I swear to God, they move the power button on those machines on a weekly basis just to fuck with you if you don't have your own one. So every time you're in a hotel or someone else's house, you go, how do I turn this on? Oh, it's just on the back. At the top on the left? No, it's in the middle on the right, because that's where they are this week, just to mess with your head.
It's disgusting.
And I couldn't find the power button because it was flush as well. And I had to end up having to get my phone torch out and find the fucking thing. Turned it on, and then
Really had to get... It was that hard to find.
well, because it was in a cabinet as well. There was a whole. Well, I could have gone to Brazil and picked some coffee beans myself faster than making the bloody pod machine work. And then I appreciate this is a first world problem, but I wanted a coffee. It was early, and I wanted a coffee. And then finally, it's like the lights came on, and they go, okay, the lights are on. It's saying I can make coffee. So I hit there's 2 buttons: little cup, big cup, big cup.
Because this is your only chance.
A thimble of coffee oozed out of this machine with that horrible noise they make. And that was it. So I did it again. I got another thimble. I was like, all right, I can live with that. That's basically now 1 espresso tops. But then I was like, oh, well, it's quite hot, isn't it? I'll just go and have a quick shower and I'll come out. And I came out and it was stone cold. So it put my back up in a number of ways. And I don't think it was one of Clooney's, but I still took Clooney's name in vain. Cause
I like Clooney. I've got time for him, and I know he probably made £1 billion from pod-based coffee.
Yes.
But the reason why I brought Clooney up, I think Clooney would drive a Prelude.
Yes.
I think he would.
Low-key, quite smooth.
Understands the small things that add up to a big thing. It's a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Like
I think
before.
you're right.
I think he'd get that.
And he could he wouldn't be bothered in his Prelude, except by people who wanted to come and talk to him about technically advanced Hondas.
Yeah, and he would get a big bogged down like, I know it's sort of the design language is glider-based, but I don't know any more than that, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, I could see that. I could see Clooney in one of these.
Yeah.
Bert Reynolds, no, but Clooney, yes.
Well, also Bert Reynolds is dead.
Oh, shit, yeah. But no, like, if Bert Reynolds, and because he's a stickler for historical inaccuracy, Bert Reynolds
We've all been there.
travelled forward in time, or he had somehow got one of these cars to travel back in time to the 80s. But yeah, he's not interested. Front-wheel drive, not American-made. There's probably not. Is there enough headroom for a cowboy hat? Maybe, but there's no T-top.
There might be. Because we've got these cutouts here, haven't we?
He loves a T-top, the most moronic of all the convertible roof solutions.
Well, because once you've taken the individual faffy glass
You've
out,
got it, yeah.
you normally have to hide it in a hedge and do a pin drop and come back to it later.
We did that once when we were filming Old Top Gear in the US, and someone took the Targa roof off this bright yellow Corvette that we'd borrowed and just lent it against a tree out in the boondocks.
And then
somewhere.
did a pin drop?
No. Pin drops didn't exist. This was like year 2000 or something.
Tell me you found it again.
We did, I think, but it was not easy, because then we just sort of carried on filming the car with no roof on it and all this doing about, and suddenly went, shit, where's the roof? Oh, we left it back where we sort of stopped that time. Where was that? Don't know.
What, 3 days drive ago?
Well, it was the same afternoon, but it was about, hours had elapsed. It was like, oh no, we've got to give it back tonight. We're going to go back and go, sorry, we've lost your roof. Bye.
You lent it on the Joshua tree.
Yes.
The actual one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would have been easy to find. That was the same trip where they parked the Pontiac Aztec Concept outside the hotel in Los Angeles, and we all went, ooh, that's a bit strong, little realising they were going to make it, but even more goofy looking. So I think we should wrap this up, mainly because it's incredibly hot in
I was going to say, do you mind if I open the door for 5 seconds?
Just do it.
1,
Here, if I do that, we'll
Two.
get a through draft.
3.
Oh, sorry, listeners. It's really, really.
Well, that
quite
camera,
crappy.
we are trying to record this with the cameras too, but one of them's shut down from heat.
It's too hot. Anyway, well, so what I'm going to say is, I'm going to close my door again.
Are you? Can I
Lovely
jump in?
door fits. Lovely door fits. So I think
The doors are gorgeous.
it's hard to get a big door to fit well, but if anyone's going to do it, it's probably going to be a Japanese car company. So anyway, I haven't thought of any bollocks to say at the end of this show, but
Well, you could do 3 things about the Prelude. Do you might not know?
Okay.
that don't involve any lead singers from Marillion.
Have we? Yeah. Well,
No.
there's no fish-related facts.
I don't think there are. I'm just quickly shuffling.
There might be. We haven't found them out yet.
Nothing fish. Nothing fish.
I've got a very sweaty back. But yes. Anyway, what is there else to say about this? We've done the asymmetric seats. Oh, the back seat is not upholstered like the front. The back seat is in very plain black fabric, almost as go. This is emergency. This is the backup seat. You're not going to use this. The way that the old CRXs used to be. They don't waste the good upholstery on the back seat because they know you're not going to use it much, except maybe to throw like some bags or something on it.
Because it's basically a 2+2 rather than being a 4-seat.
It's definitely not a 4-seat. I'd say it's barely. Yeah, but there you go. So that's a little. I think
That's
a little
a
historical ref, maybe.
The door handles are Honda E. That's a fact.
Yes.
And the other thing is there's no shark fin radio aerial on the roof because they wanted it to be nice and smooth.
Yeah, they didn't want to spoil the profile, so no shark fin. The radio aerial is built into the rear window glass. Excuse me.
And the other thing is the chap in charge of this entire Prelude project, Tomoyuki Yamagami, who we met this morning. So I'd say sweet guy.
Yeah.
Well, he started a Honda R&D in '98, and he's been involved in various Civics and Accords and ting. What are his hobbies?
Door fits, button press quality, and golf.
It's close. Car maintenance, model cars, sewing, cooking, and DIY. And his private cars are a 2025 Honda Prelude that hasn't been delivered yet.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
And a 2008 Honda Accord Euro R.
Oh. Now, were they the ones that were sold in Japan? Either way, I think they're quite sought after there, aren't they?
I think they are quite
That's a real connoisseur's car.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I told you about the Accord Type S, I think it was, that my mate's dad had when we were at college. And I think it was a Type S.
Right.
And he used to have a very whistly teeth.
Oh.
So he couldn't really say the name of his own car without whistling. It used to make me laugh so hard. And James, go get the Type S. Type S. Accord Type S.
Could have been worse. He could have had like a Saab Sonnet or something.
Type S. What's your favourite?
Sierra Sapphire.
Let's wind this up by saying, what's your favourite lewd aspect
of this car?
Yeah, this new lewd.
The buttons.
Yeah,
button quality. I love it.
Ooh.
I just sit and press the buttons all day. I think they're very satisfying.
I'm going to go with rear light bar that protrudes ever so slightly from the rest of the bodywork. You said in quite a Taycan-esque way, and I think you're absolutely right there.
Yes.
And I like the enormity of the boot. Hatch.
Yes, yeah, and this would be the first Prelude hatch, wouldn't it? They've all been saloons before that, so interesting change of direction.
True.
Good. All right, well, slightly different Smith & Stiff this week, but hope you've enjoyed live from the Prelude.
Live from the Prelude, yeah. The Majesty knocks people over like a fucking shockwave when they walk by. They're walking by on the way to Nice Airport. Boom, off, it's sonic boom, it goes off, yeah. Like, all kinds of duty-free shit going everywhere. You cannot believe what this thing is capable of, like effortless horsepower, speed, pace, like street racing, one-handed, you name it, it'll do it. Don't fuck about, yeah, just buy one.
And on that note, believe,
yeah. Not a 2.2, but anyway, who gives a fuck? It's on sale and I like it.
So you've enjoyed this podcast, but you've had a thought. Is there a way here today that you could show support? Well, you could join our Patreon, what wonders that it brings. Early shows and extra notes on that side of things. You could buy our merchandise, we've mugs and hats but still no ties. One day we will make those pies, but in the meantime, guys, hey guys, like and subscribe and maybe leave a nice review. Like and subscribe, we know you know just what to do. Like and subscribe, we don't want to take the piss. Like and subscribe, but we were told to ask for this. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Smith & Sniff is sponsored by Duramat. To get 10% off your order of Duramat floor coverings, use code SSG10 at checkout.